The next few minutes of rest time passed by very quickly. When Kevin slowly reopened his eyes, the host picked up the microphone. "The second round battles are about to begin. Remember, we must all work together to eliminate evil in the future. So I hope that all remaining contestants will do their best for the greater good." Almost as soon as the MC's voice trailed off, dozens of voices could be heard murmuring from the stands at the same time. A blonde-haired man had entered the green arena with his hands behind his back. Not only did he have a tall and sturdy build, but he also wore a confident and determined gaze. As he walked, one couldn't help but feel a wave of masculine air flowing with every step he took. This person was none other than Clyde Davis. Due to his outstanding performance in the first round, he immediately attracted the praises of many women. "Clyde is so handsome," someone gushed to her friend. "I love you, Clyde," another woman cheered. Who wouldn't love such a strong and handsome person? Compared to the endless adoration that Clyde received, Kevin was continuously booed and jeered as he slowly walked towards the green arena. "Look at that piece of... I can't believe he actually entered the arena. He must be trembling in fear," Mike mocked. "He's just a useless son-in-law. I'm sure Clyde can kill him in an instant. His wife will probably be glad to watch him," Luther sneered. "He didn't even win convincingly in the first round, just barely getting by with a draw. What a disgrace to Clyde." Lionel shook his head with disapproval. Amidst the unrelenting ridicule from the crowd, Wayne Ford intently observed how Kevin would react. "I'm impressed. Kevin doesn't seem to be affected by what everyone else is saying about him. His level of composure is not something that ordinary people can compare with," Wayne noted with great praise. Just then, Renee Silver interrupted him. "Wayne, don't be fooled by his appearance. Perhaps you still don't know? Kevin is related to the powerful Williams family in New York City. A few years ago, he colluded with outsiders to move his family's funds. And after his relatives caught this, he was effectively kicked out of the Williams family." With everyone listening closely, Renee continued. "After that, he went to Chicago and became the good-for-nothing son-in-law of the Jones family that we all know. Not long ago, he paid a visit to the Williams family household and caused a huge ruckus at his cousin's wedding, causing his fiancée's family to cancel the wedding in a fit of anger." Before anyone else could comment, Renee kept going. "Not long after, Kevin also brought some people to New York, injuring many Williams family members. And just a few days ago, he was unwilling to exchange blood to save his grandfather at the hospital, causing Randall Williams' untimely death. May his soul rest in peace." Since Renee was the only acquaintance of the Williams family amongst them, nobody could refute her version of things. Thus, her words immediately caused many of the top leaders on the platform to start discussing amongst themselves. "I initially thought he was kind after he spared Clarissa's life, but I was wrong. I would rather tear down 10 buildings than break a marriage, destroy my own family, and kill my grandfather." Paul Vaughn was furious. "I knew he was a piece of the moment I met him. When I was an instructor at the Healing Art School, he beat me up for no good reason. I can't stand someone with no morals," Frank Carter retorted. He had already become a thorn in the side of most of the top leaders who were watching. They were initially worried that they wouldn't be able to properly deal with him later on. Now that they heard so many awful things about Kevin, how could they let go of such a good opportunity to get rid of him and keep the Healing Art School from becoming a powerful threat? Upon hearing all of this, Renee looked at Ariana Titus and smiled. It seemed that their plan to have the other top leaders turn on Kevin had worked. Meanwhile, both Wayne and Harley Shepard took a deep breath without saying anything as they watched Kevin enter the green arena. They knew what Renee was trying to do, and they weren't falling for her tricks. "To think, I almost offered him a spot in the Herbalist Society. No matter what, our organization will have to kill him," Nadia coldly remarked. For a moment, everyone on the platform had their eyes on her. While they all had the same thing in mind, no one else dared to admit it out loud. Nadia continued, "Isn't that what we're all thinking? Once Kevin fully develops his strength and skills, he'll turn into everyone's enemy. It's better to eliminate him sooner than later before he becomes too powerful to handle." No matter how strong the Herbalist Society is, you can't ignore the terms of our peace treaty, can you? We can't harm students from any of our affiliated schools and organizations, Paul reminded her. He can easily be expelled from the Healing Arts School. That is, if Wayne agrees to do the right thing for our greater good. Besides, I'm sure the Herbalist Society's leader will agree once I tell him about Kevin. If you have any doubts, go and tell him yourself. Although Nadia appeared calm, cool, and collected, the implications behind her words were too shocking. Nadia knew that while the other leaders could act tough in front of her, they wouldn't dare to speak in front of the leader of the Herbalist Society, a powerful and terrifying figure who is said to possess an unmatched knowledge of herbalism. At this point, Wayne had had enough of this. He suddenly slammed his seat's armrest to get everyone's attention. All right, that's enough speculation for now. What's the point of arguing over something that can't be verified? Let's all shift our focus back to the competition. All of the top leaders who were there immediately shut their mouths. Their facial expressions clearly showed their resentment, but they had no choice, knowing that Wayne could beat all of them if he wanted to. At that very moment, Kevin and Clyde were sizing each other up as they stood across from each other inside the green arena. Unlike the first round, there were no wooden poles that they had to stand on. However, Clyde preferred to fight unarmed, unlike Clarissa. Don't listen to the crowd. I watched your battle against Clarissa. You were the clear winner, so you're definitely qualified to be my opponent. Clyde smiled. This guy doesn't seem so bad after all, Kevin thought to himself. However, just as Kevin was about to reply, Clyde quickly added, "But you cannot defeat me." Kevin didn't want to continue with this nonsense. "I admire your confidence, but there's no point in talking anymore. Let's fight." Soon after, Kevin could already feel that Clyde was starting to channel his inner strength. He knew that if this continued, Clyde would draw enough power to use the Iron Wall technique, which Professor Murdoch had previously warned him about. "I have to stop him." Kevin then took the initiative and attacked. "Everyone, it looks like Kevin has decided to make the first move. Do you think he'll be able to seize the opportunity, or will he end up humiliating himself?" The announcer posed the question to the crowd.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.